gang, where you at, man? Whoopie. Chill.
Why was Mo no clip that day? I don't know. Why did they blame Yellow Beezy? I don't know. Truth is, Boosie had a lot to gain by watching Mo 3 move around. Maybe that's why they shot him over there at the Big T after the wake. A lot of shit goes down at the Big T, but for Boosie to get shot, I guess that's why Mo 3 got shot right over there. I guess that's why I couldn't stay in Dallas. I had to get out. To watch Mo 3 be assassinated, executed, running for his life down this highway in the middle of the day. Like, it was this time of the day. Look how busy this is. And somehow, he was forced to stop his car. Someone stopped their car as well, got out the car. He saw them, he must have recognized, because he turned and started running down the highway in the middle of the day. And they shot him in the back. Does this make any more sense than the Tupac shit? How the hell was there enough time on a busy highway like this at this time of the day? Who does a shooting in the middle of a highway? She in the middle of the day. And still no answer. It's always too hard to solve a rap murder. Another graveyard.
What up? We got Crazy Visions. What it good do? What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's popping? Y'all hear me? All right. Y'all hit the like button like Auntie Leah says. Y'all hit the like button. Appreciate it. Appreciate y'all. And let's just do the shout out around, you know, who's all in the building. Auntie Leah, obviously, of course. Tatiana, appreciate you. Patricia Blair, what's up? What it good do? Yvonne, hey, what's good? What's good, chat? Nicole Jonas, appreciate you. Christina Crook, the Saga Reveal, yeah, what's up? What's up? What's up? Nazi Star, and we got Lee Hop in the building. New Orleans Junior, 3rd generation. What's up, bro? What's up, man? How's everybody doing on the last day? The last damn day for 2025. How's everybody's year been? You know what I'm saying? I can't speak for everybody, but I don't know. It's been like it's been a hit or miss for this year. Has there really been any success for anybody in this year? I mean, you know, like personal or just, you know, spiritual, business wise, all that. Like, you know, has there been any success? Curious to know. I'm curious to know. I'm gonna I'll drop the link too. We shall drop the link, so if anybody wants to come up, they can. And yeah, you know, that's what we'll do. Hold on one second. Y'all hit the like button. I appreciate everybody in here. Let me see. Am I gonna cam up? I guess I will. Hold on. Let's see. All right, there I am. What's up? Year in review. We got the year in review, 2025. It's been an interesting year. If anybody want to come in and chime in and take part of this conversation, feel free to do so. I'm gonna put the link here in the chat. Yeah, that's what's up. Happy New Year. You know, we're gonna say this year is gonna be prosperous for everybody. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be success. It's gonna be good health. You know, if you got anything, any ailments or whatever, you know, just leave. We're gonna leave all that in 2025. Welcome to 2026. Let me see. Let me tone it down a bit. I got anything to present? What's up, Maria? What's good? I don't know. Am I too loud? Is the music too loud? Let me know. Y'all kind of let me know what's up. And you know, I'm trying to get this situation right, I guess. All right. And we got Miss Fuck You Mean in the building. Were you ready to pop up? I didn't know.
Oh no, I really wasn't ready to pop up. I keep having issues with my headphones and my audio, and
well, go ahead. I didn't mean to drop you like that either. I didn't mean to bring you up either. Just pop on when you're ready. Obviously, you know. Okay, audio's good. Appreciate you. Said doesn't the real New Year start around March? Yeah, of course. I think the spring equinox, March, April. That's why we got that term April Fools. That's exactly why we got the term April Fools, because when they changed the calendar to the Gregorian calendar, it started in January. See, look at this. Look at December. Look at November. Look at October. Look at September. Sept is 7. Like, you know, go Latin. I told you I studied Latin. September, 7. October is octo, 8. November, no, it's 9. And then Deca is 10. That's Latin. So why are those like? Why is October 10 the 10th month, November the 11th month, and December the 12th month, when it doesn't even make any sense? But I digress. What's up, Jag?
Well, I mean, that's a whole lot of knowledge you just dropped on us about, you know, the confusing of all of that. And you know what? I've never really thought about it like that. You're absolutely right.
They look. I be on the man. I be thinking. I'm like, this time stuff is just a construct. It's made up. Number one, and you know, those who are in power can impose whatever belief on the people. So, yeah, the calendars didn't used to be like how they are now. 12 months. I believe if you go back to like the Kemetic calendar, because I used to study that, the Kemetic calendar, like very interesting way that they did time. And I think they did everything like it was like 13 months or something. But me, myself, personally, I'm about to just go back to a different time system. They got us all effed up when you really break it down. But yeah, the Gregorian calendar, that's what we're going to base everything off of. But I don't want to get too deep.
Well, who is Gregory, and why are we rocking on his time?
King George, the king at the time. I believe he was an Englishman.
You want to know what's wild? We stay being worried about doing things that people from so long ago have done, and we're not really focusing on what's going on right now. But then again, we're not even paying attention to the system in which things were set up. You know,
Yeah.
If you go back thousands of years, Sabbath wasn't just for, our lives. It was also for our land, for our finances, for everything. There used to be a system where, especially even with farmers, like you work your land for 6 years, you reap your harvest, you get your harvest, and then you let your land rest for
Yep.
1 year. You don't do any planting, you let it replenish, you let it grow, you let it do all of that. You can say that again. Congrats. Absolutely. Thank you for that. No, but seriously, like, and now we're looking at the way things are being done in agriculture, and it's just people beating their farmlands to death, and now planting, these mutated seeds. Like, we're doing all kinds of stuff that we shouldn't be doing.
Yeah. And you're right about the farming situation where you got seeds. I mean, you got soil that gets depleted, so you can imagine the quality of the crop. It's crap. But yeah, you're right. Everything has to be done properly. And yeah, so I just say all that to just say, don't get caught up in these matrices, these other people's. And I'm wearing this shirt purposely, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, don't get caught up in the matrices that are, put out there, whatever. Yes, someone who was at the quiet one, it's already 2026 in Australia. That's what's up.
Salute to you guys. I hope 2026 looks good and feels good wherever you are.
Right.
So, this is a whole new century. We're at the beginning of this century.
This is a new century?
Well, we were born in the 20th century.
Oh, you're talking about from 2000 on. Yeah, I got you. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a young century. Got 25 years down. We're going into the 26th. It's wild because 26 is a big year in an adult life.
Yeah.
It is. It's that year where I swear to God, you got more nostalgia stuff popping off.
This was I
don't even know if I can handle it.
Finishing I forgot where I got this, but the Stranger Things. This was up. I remember seeing this in the Stranger Things. But I got that from somewhere else. But go ahead, yeah, carry on. This century, it's well. Let's talk about something though, because you said something earlier, and then you were talking about this new century, and then you got these people that they have a belief. It's like about every 100 years they talked about the what happened in 1945. They have this theory. They have a theory about certain things crash or certain things come to an end. In a like, what is it? Every 100 years, or I don't subscribe to any of that though. I'm just saying, but they got people out here that are talking like, yeah, something's coming, economic reset. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you go back to the early 1800s and the late 20s, there was financial issues that happened in the country. There was a crash there. I don't know if it's just coincidence or if it's, all done intentionally, but whatever the case may be, there seems to be a theme of, nothing new happens under the sun. And every 100 years, we tend to keep falling into, the same traps century after century. And yes, we are in the age of Aquarius. And I don't think people actually understand what that means. I think that people don't understand that the age of Aquarius is something that's going to last for decades. This is not going to be a short year or two.
No, it's not decades. It's like thousands of years, right? So like when Yeshua was here doing his thing, and his the sign of the Pisces, or I'm sorry, the fish, right? They were talking about fish. And the reality is, I think that coincides with the age that was going on then. That was 2,000 years ago. That was the age of Pisces, and we were just getting into the age of Pisces. We out of the age of Pisces, and we are now in the age of Aquarius. Before that, when they were referring to the calf, I believe in the Bible, Moses' time, right? When at the calf, they were worshiping the calf, a golden calf. When he came down from that represented that time. I'm assuming. I don't know. I'm just saying that represented that time. So what astrological sign is, yeah, Aries, right? Is that Aries? Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, like I said, I don't want to get too theosophical and philosophy. I don't want to do all that right now. But yeah,
what did you say? What was that word?
Theosophical.
What is that?
Yeah, Taurus the bull. Yep, exactly. Well, theosophical, like theology. I just said theology.
You conspiracy theorizing.
Yeah. But yeah,
I'm sorry, I had to.
The year that they're calling 2025. Let's just say that everybody, they're saying this is 2025. This actually could be the year. The Jews. I think the Jews, this is 5780 something, 5790 something, right? What year is it for the Jews? They're everybody's on different time. Just know that. I think 57, like 5790, like that's the year, that's the Jewish calendar, right? Somebody put in the chat about the Ethiopian Bible, the Ethiopian calendar. Yeah. There's a lot of things to study. 5786. Yeah, there we go. I knew it was something. 5788. Which one is it? Yeah, overall, this is what it says, year of 9. This is a complete year. 2 and 2 and 6 is 10.
That's 2026, but for those who are talking about closing out 2025, it would be a year of 9.
Yeah, there we go.
And what does that symbolize?
So 9 symbolizes what? Birth, completion,
endings and beginnings.
Yeah, because it's 9 months for birth. If you're talking about, just 9 in general, that just means, and that's the end of the, when you move into the double digits, that's the end of the single digits.
Completion. Yeah, I would have to agree. A salute to all the good scholars in the chat. So, how do we start this? 2025 year in review. Do we start it at the beginning? Do we go over highlights? Do we do best and worst? Do we do craziest to, most amazing? Like, how do we do this?
Well, let's just start it off like, where were we last year, January? There was a lot going on in January. That's why I got Kendrick up here, because that was around the time in January, February with the Super Bowl, right? Super Bowl halftime. Everybody was, I don't know, like the beginning of the year was like, okay, we are getting Trump back. That was the thing, right? We were getting Trump back. End of 2024, he was reelected. Joe Biden got here. So Kendrick kicked it off with the Super Bowl performance, and it was very there's a lot of symbology going on with that Super Bowl performance, and I guess we kind of maybe fell for the spell because I really wasn't looking at it from that angle, but it was there with the Uncle Sam, and you got to realize we're at 250 years now the birth of this country, the birth of the country in July 1776. It's when the birth of this country was is the birth of the country, the birth date. So this year coming up, 2026 July will be the 250th year of the United States. Usually, when you get to that year 250, it's a lot of stuff goes down, But yeah, we can start it off with the Super Bowl. We can start it off there. Let's just start there.
Was that the really big thing that started off 2025?
Well, I don't know. Y'all let me know. I'm just thinking on a mass scale, on a public scale.
What I remember is before that brilliant performance in February, there was a lot of stuff that was popping off that happened after the inauguration, like almost immediately after the inauguration. 2025, we started having issues with a lot of planes.
Oh yeah.
The plane. And then we started seeing all kinds of stuff happening. And well, technically not 45, technically 47.
Yeah, 47.
And he took the office, and the next thing you know, planes started falling out of the sky everywhere. There were a lot of fires going on still in LA.
Oh yeah, we had a burning. That was the beginning. Yeah, that was the beginning. Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
that's how the year started.
Yeah, in LA. Yeah, straight fire, little fires everywhere. Right,
little fires everywhere. And then came Kendrick. And then came the performance.
Yeah.
And it's wild because if you ask some people, it was one of the best halftime performances. It was supposed to have been the most viewed. Mm-hmm. It was alleged to have beat Michael Jackson's, but then somebody came back and said that those numbers were false. That those numbers weren't real. You got... I mean, there was a lot of stuff that Super Bowl performance kicked off. And apparently it was, jarring enough to actually get the president to get up and walk out right in the middle of it. Like he couldn't even stomach it.
Yep. President Trump walked out. But I put this out there on my channel when that did happen. A lot of people didn't know the relationship that Samuel L. Jackson had with Trump, with President Trump. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, well, he may have left out because, number one, I don't think he knew Samuel L. Jackson was going to be involved in this performance with Kendrick Lamar. Now, for those who don't know, Jackson apparently said that Trump cheated him out of something on one of his golf courses, like charged him on one of his golf courses or something like that. And he's always had an issue with Trump since. And that was the crux of it. But yeah, Trump, I guess, I don't know, he was also offended, possibly. Maybe he was offended by the performance. I'm not sure. Appreciate the 300 such people in on all three channels. Y'all, please hit the like button, subscribe, and yeah, during Kendrick's performance, he walked out. He did.
Whatever the case may be. Next thing you know, the NFL turned around and apologized to Lil Wayne for not letting him perform.
Exactly. Yep.
Which was wild. And now, this year, they're going to have some cross-dressing guy who's involved in all kinds of necromancy.
A libertine.
And like wild demon time behavior. Now, that's who's going to come and mesmerize the whole world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, how do you go? I don't to go from righteous to just like straight demon time is wild.
From righteous to ratchet, right? Okay, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, yeah. To go from that to that is wild. Is really really wild. But I'll do a little bit of a Let me do a little bit of quantum leaping, right? Quantum jumping. I know Jag, if you're still there, you hear me, because I'm gonna bring this back to you. So hold on one second.
I'm here.
I'm sure you're hold on, wrong situation. I'm actually looking up something. Hold on. Getting all these messages about all types of other things. Wow, wait, what's going on? What's this? Okay. All right, yeah, of course. Everything's delivered. So what it is this.
Roger that.
The after we had the Super Bowl. After we had the Super Bowl, it was a bunch of other interesting things that happened. So if we move forward to February, you would receive the Defender of Freedom Award, which had a bunch of people on the internet had their panties up in a bunch. Had a bunch of people afraid too, like, which I don't get. Like, why would you be afraid if someone received an award? Overall, I'm gonna do a little quantum leaping, quantum jumping, because it's gonna make sense.
Mm-hmm.
You received that award, and of course, people were like questioning what's going on here. Literally, someone's a channel like, what's going on here, right? And then you had people just in general like, well, what's going on here? You received an award. This organization was connected to the presidency, and in fact, we actually went to Mar-a-Lago, and it was definitely an interesting situation there. I say that to say, I think a lot of people don't correlate the spiritual. I will just say that, because think about this. We just got off of the Super Bowl with Kendrick. Pretty much Kendrick overthrew Drake. Drake was the king of hip hop. Let's just say it like that. Not really, but he was chart topping singles, doing things with numbers, with the whole thing. They're saying, hey, he's going to beat Michael Jackson, or he beat Michael Jackson. He got more than Michael Jackson, et cetera, et cetera. Kendrick came in and just clowned him, not like us. Overthrew. It was an overthrow. It was a 180. It was a shift, essentially. Just like you have a shift, and that's why I mentioned you in February. You got this shift now from liberals, black liberals, let's just say that, black liberals, to the black conservative being to the forefront. Case in point, Candace Owens. I'm not tying you to Candace Owens, but I'm just saying February was an interesting month because they awarded you. This was not MAGA. Don't get it twisted. MAGA didn't award her. This was an organization called America's Future. They're not MAGA, but we can say they're conservative. And there's some key things that I agree with what they're talking about. No issues. But they awarded you with their Defender of Freedom, along with Mike Tyson, along with a few other people. But we'll get into that later.
Tommy Davidson.
Yeah. They awarded you with that. And it looks like there was this shift that they wanted to do. Just like we had the shift in hip hop with Drake versus Kendrick. Kendrick over, boom, got over, like took that over. Handled that. There was a push for putting conservative black people into the forefront. So awarding you, getting people to say, huh, what's going on here? Candace Owens is returning. And then, last month, or well, let's just say December, the whole thing with Nicki Minaj going to Turning Point USA, and everybody's like, huh, what's going on? So we can kind of like, if y'all feel where I'm going with this, and I want to say this about Jag's situation.
Hold tight, because I need to check on something. I'll be right back.
Okay. And what I want to say though is, like, I'm not saying let's not compare Jag to Nicki. I want y'all to understand how the play was, what the play was essentially, and nothing against the good people over at America's Future, and they have a truly noble objective, and I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? When you get someone as polarizing, let me just say that, polarizing as Jag, and you award them with an award, and people kind of look at it like, oh, maybe people were thinking Jag was affiliated with them or becoming affiliated with them, but Jag has always stayed who she was, and for the most part staying out of politics. Then we got Candace Owens. Obviously Candace Owens is who she is. Hate her or love her, she is who she is. Very polarizing as well. They are taking black women and putting them up on a pedestal in this country because there's a shift. There's a shift really going on, but I don't think a lot of people are peeping. I'll tell you this, in this country, the only two people, the types of people, in my opinion, that are on code, meaning they're all on the same page for the most part, the white woman and the white man, because Trump got elected not because it was black people that voted for him, not just because it was a conservatives that voted for him, liberals or what. No, I'll just say it like this. In all that, honestly, I don't get into the politics, but Joe Biden lost. That was it. So that's what it was. And even though Kamala ran, she wasn't nothing but Hillary Clinton, dressed a different version of Hillary Clinton. White liberal women were pushing Kamala. And again, I'm not getting into the politics of things. Kamala lost. Joe Biden lost. Trump won. We got this Kendrick situation. Then right after that, oh, let's bring Jag into the fold. Jag has been outspoken about this. Let's give her an award. And I already know what the political implications and what they were trying to do with that. Got Candace Owens. And now we got Nicki Minaj, who's just ran to the conservatives, which it is what it is. I honestly don't say, hey, don't take your political cues from any entertainer. Like, I don't care who it is. Any entertainer, if they talking about politics, I would turn it off, because in my opinion, a lot of them could be bought and paid, bought and sold. Same thing with politicians. Politicians can be bought and sold. So the play that they were doing with Candace Owens, Jaguar Wright, Nicki Minaj, y'all peep what was going on, please. You there, Jag? Go ahead.
Oh, I'm listening.
But you understood where I was coming from or what I was saying?
I hear you.
What's your take?
I don't know. I don't know if this is an easy conversation to have. I don't know if it's see, the thing is there's so many layers to this conversation. We can look at the esoteric value of it. We can look at the political value of it. And then we can just look at your everyday person, the layman's aspect of it. For me, what I see is there was an effort that was happening in this country. If you look at me, if you look at a Candace Owens, if you look at a Nicki Minaj, three women of color.
Yep.
But you want to know what the difference is between me and them?
What's that?
I'm the only black woman.
Oh,
Now, I do have
Candace ain't black.
kinds of.
Candace
I
ain't
do-
black.
That's not how she represents herself. She
joke.
represents herself as mixed.
That's a joke. It's a joke.
She represents herself as.
And she's Caribbean.
Yeah, I still don't understand how you call yourself mixed as a Caribbean, but I mean,
She's
okay.
mixed. She's mixed with Black and Ninja. That's what she's mixed with. Go ahead.
But anyway, because I heard her say it herself. Nicki Minaj, she's Trini.
She's a tranny?
She's Trinidadian, if I'm correct.
Okay. I just want to make sure you said the right. Yeah. Okay.
Now, do my roots tie to Africa? Of course they do. Do my roots tie to the islands? Of course they do. I'm a black woman. All of these things are mixed up in me. I'm also Native American. So it's, you know what I mean? Like I'm part of the indigenous people here. But regardless of what, I am a foundational black American. I was born here. I was raised here.
Wait, hold on, Jag. Stop, pause, because I want to talk about that term.
Mhm.
Foundational Black American. Because I'm starting to get pissed off when people say that, but I don't want you to forget your thought. We got to really truly start identifying with who we are. That term was made up by someone, and I think we should stop talking about it.
We should probably stop using that.
Because it got, look, what was the initial with foundational Black Americans, and we're talking about reparations. They done stopped talking about reparations when that went away, and now they're talking about delineating. You see what I'm saying? You see how people can't stay on topic?
Well,
And shout out to Friday Jones, the homegirl who's been a reparationist. I'll just say freedmen. We say freedmen. You know, I'll say the descendants of freemen. But I don't want to steer away from your conversation. That foundational Black American term is kind of problematic. It's like when we were
all kind of problematic.
When we really had the juice to go, and the Democrats were really afraid for, you know, talking about giving reparations and stuff like that. They were afraid. I think they had a group come in and actually dissipate all that energy. You get what I'm saying? But then we can talk about that.
I'm not going to say I think. I'm going to say that in my opinion, I believe that's exactly what happened. I sat down, I had a real conversation with with Friday. And to hear the fact that there was a certain so-called, black man that literally tried to dox her actual government name so that people would target her and come after her. That was kind of wild. And I'm not gonna say his name because I know you don't say his name.
No, we don't say certain people's names. That's just what we don't do. But yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. And we gotta stop falling for these tricks. We can talk about that. I didn't want to deviate too far off. I just wanted you to I don't want people to affiliate and say, oh, well, Jag is FBA. No. Let's just say this. I like the shout out to Zoe Williams. That's the homie. We're everywhereans, right? We'll just say that we were everywhere, because when you go to ancient China, you probably saw people that look like me. In fact, the San people from Africa are descendants of, the Chinese are descendants of the San people. Look that up. We'll just say we're everywhereans. We were everywhere, everywhereans. Or in America, I'll just say I was, because I have freedmen. There were people in my lineage that when they did the census, I'm a freedman. But anyway, you versus not even that versus you, Nicki Minaj, Candace Owens. Let's continue.
So I'm I'm a been here black person.
There you go.
Yeah, we're just gonna say that. I'm a been here black person. I wasn't born in an island. I wasn't born in another country and came here. I'm from here. And not only that, I don't claim political status because of my belief in spiritual. My spiritual belief won't allow me to claim a political status. It just won't. In my personal belief, the second that you start claiming a political party, the second you start aligning yourself with the goals and the thoughts and the longings and the wantings and the achievements of man, you move yourself out of the path of what the creator wants. Because the creator doesn't want separation. The creator wants unity.
Yeah.
The creator wants all of his people to come together. He wants unity.
Yeah.
So for me to claim a Democrat or a Republican actually goes against what God wants. And that's not something I'm interested in doing. So here we are. You have me, who's an actual been here black woman, who has a true belief in God, who has a true longing for unity amongst God's people, period. You have Candace Owens, who claims herself to be mixed race and she's of island heritage, who has a very interesting walk with the Lord.
Mm.
She went from being an extreme liberal, as she says, to being a God-fearing American, and now she's Catholic. Big differences here. These are huge jumps.
Yeah.
Huge jumps, huge leaps in faith.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. I've studied Islam. I studied the Torah. I studied a bunch of different Bibles because I wanted to know what they said, and I wanted to know what people were making such a big fuss about. Where are all of the differences between all of these religions? What makes it different? The funny thing is that in all of these different religions, you'll find one absolute truth that they all share completely. But then they take it and they create points of argument in this direction or in that direction, in this direction or in that direction. And then that becomes the fighting point on who knows God better, who knows God best, who got it right, who got it wrong, which is very interesting because even if you just read the Bible and it talks about in the beginning, there was no separation.
Right.
There was God's law, what he wanted, and then a bunch of people came along and started putting in their opinions. Like, as far as I'm concerned, religion is an opinion of God or what God wants or what God thinks. It's an opinion. It's not God.
Yeah.
Not at all. Not by any means. And when you look at politics, it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
It's man's opinion on how they feel the world should be ran. It doesn't mean that it's right. It doesn't mean that it's wrong. It just means it's an opinion. So you got Candace Owens, who's religion shopping and hopping. And it's funny because every time she's changed a position, it's been to gain support from a larger base. Catholicism is one of the largest religions. Actually, it's the biggest religion in the world, I believe.
Globally. Yeah.
Globally.
Yeah.
So just to put on the I'm a Catholic and to put a cross in your backdrop, that's going to bring so many people to, oh, I stand with Candace. She's Catholic. And before that, it was this. And before that, it was that. So you have her. And the truth is, the only thing that she's actually done successfully this year is dividing the Republican and especially the MAGA base.
Mm. Well, look, you said a lot there, and I just wanted to insert. Nikki is doing the same thing when it comes to aligning herself with them because she's looking for, like you, the same thing like what you just said about Candace.
Hmm.
She's looking for that same thing. Go ahead.
You want to know the difference between me and those ladies? I didn't go looking for anyone.
Boom.
They came to me.
Yeah, they did.
I didn't go auditioning to be a part of any political group or any human rights group.
Yeah. Yeah.
An invitation was made,
Yep.
and we took people up on their invitation to go check it out and see what it is. And they have our prayer and they have our support for the agendas that they're working on that we agree with. When it came to America's future, the thing that we were most concerned with was bringing an end to teleporting, to
Yeah.
human teleporting, bringing an end to protecting SA predators, and creating a new possibility for bringing these people to actual justice. For crying out loud, you just sent me something that I saw somebody having a restraining order put on them, and they're not allowed to be around children and animals. Why is it a restraining order? Why? Why isn't he just in jail? Anyway,
Yeah.
I
If they got Tyrese, like you said, why can't they get him?
yeah. When it came to Tyrese had a situation where his dog got out the yard and claimed the life of a smaller dog.
Yeah.
And guess what? He should be responsible for letting his dog out the yard,
But
or
if
not
you are,
making sure that his dog stayed in the yard.
and the same thing should go for that guy who actually assaulted a puppy, because that's what happened. There was a guy, opposite color of Tyrese though, and he actually assaulted a puppy, and they just said, "Hey, restraining order. You can't be around kids or dogs." It's crazy. Um, Hold on. I wanted to say this because I didn't want to get too much into the politics. I want to shout out the homie Billion. He's running for California Assembly District 55. He just gave me the notice, and I don't do we don't do politics. Yeah, no. You already know, and that's the homie. You already know.
I
So
know.
shout out to him. We don't have a lot of brothers doing it. So if you're in LA, you're in California, he should be. We got to get signatures for him to be on the ballot. So yeah, and again, I not get into the politics and stuff like that or whatever, but definitely we like this is what I'm on. The America's future, cool, all that or whatever. But I already told, I'm like, hey, I voted for Cornel West. I could never vote for Trump, but I can back the president, and of course, because it is what it is. But I'm about community-based organizing and getting people that are really going to do some things into particular seats and offices and stuff like that. So bam, again, that's a good dude. He's actually been Lamert Park, LA's own, a real person who will do, and that's what we got to start doing. We ain't got these politicians for the most part. They're in other people's pockets, bro. We got to start pushing people who are really going to do something for the people. But there, I said it. That's it. But definitely look into this. California Assembly District 55. My man Billion Godson is running. So we got to get these signatures, and I'll put a post up. Maybe y'all, if you're in California, let's get the signatures. Go ahead.
Where was I?
So you were just talking about how one set of rules work for certain people, and then they don't, and then you not getting political, and the difference between you, Nick, and Candace. But I just wanted to talk about that because
Well, I remember that part, but I was actually making a point.
my bad.
You know what? It's perfectly fine. Look, I'm just going to wrap it up and keep it real simple. At the end of the day, everybody of the 3 women of color that you've announced that are being looked at in the public eye as Black American females, I'm the only one that didn't come with an agenda.
Yeah.
I didn't have an agenda. I wasn't looking for an agenda. What I was looking for was alliance with people who want to see a lot of the terrible things that I want to see end here in the United States. So, yeah, that's in my opinion, I think that, we have to be more careful at who we give our black card to.
Yeah. Right on. Right on. But I stopped there and I pivoted there real quick to kind of almost do like a quantum leap, because I was just correlating throughout the year. There have been pretty much three polarizing black women, and I'm saying black, just say black, that have
Women of color.
a lot of the women of color have shaped a lot of the conversation regarding a lot of topics online. You with actual crimes and talking about, this thing with the Diddler, and you even, well, I ain't gonna go there about who you called out or whatever, who could be saying more, but I just pivoted there for February because that was a very pivotal time in this year, with coming off the end of the Super Bowl and an agenda that was to be laid out. That's kind of what I was saying. I think they wanted you to go along to really push this agenda that they got going, which is self-serving for them. So hold on, but yeah, overall, we go into March. And
no, before March.
What about March? What about before March?
We have the Defender of Freedom Award ceremony at Mar-a-Lago.
That was in February.
A week after that, there was a lawsuit.
Yeah,
that was ended.
Yeah.
The Ashley Parham lawsuit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Where I was included a week after I got the Defender of Freedom Award. And then that led us into the last day of February, the first day of March, when we all got the terrible news that Angie Stone's life was no more.
That's where I was going with it. I didn't want to talk too much about the disagreeable, but no, you're right. That all makes sense. Where you got an award and then it's almost like immediately, boom, they have to put some dirt on your name.
And then we lost Angie.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Angie Stone.
It's so wild because when you look at that whole situation and then you think about what happened later on that year.
Yeah.
This has been a really, really, really screwed up year. So, going ahead, here we are in March.
Yeah, that's one of the highlights, and it's not necessarily a highlight. I was just going to highlight the fact that we lost our good sister Angie Stone, and it's unfortunate because she was out there really trying to get what was rightfully hers. The respect, she already had the respect, but
I mean, to a certain extent.
You told, well,
she had the respect. She had the respect of everybody except for the industry.
Got it. Yeah, exactly.
She had the respect from her fans. She had the respect from, people who just loved her music. She had the respect from people who, knew her history and, watched everything that she had helped be a part of. But
yeah. But she was on the precipice of getting what was rightfully hers monetarily.
She was working on it.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, her quest was denied.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of losses this year. Yeah, you got that up there with Valletta Wallace, rest in peace, Angie Stone, D'Angelo, Roberta Flack. I didn't forgot Roberta Flack passed away this year. Shada Shakur, yeah, remember her, rest in peace.
That was
Gotti.
actually Lauren Hill's first big public reemergence to the world before they
Af-
got her down there to the Essence Festival to try to trash her name again.
After Roberta Flack passed away, that's when that happened.
I believe Roberta Flack passed before. Let's check.
But yeah, and then we ain't got to do all this in sequential time or nothing like that, to be honest, because look, so much has happened. We're still on the first quarter of the year, and we went from the Super Bowl halftime performance. People were on a high with that. Like I said, it was a change within the industry, and then we go to I just made the comparison of Jag and Candace Owens and Nikki, and them trying to push an agenda, because you still have the Kamala Harris backers who are doing whatever they can. They needed to publicly, they had to have a public they just basically needed to have our sisters on the same page with the
It was
conservatives.
reported that Roberta Flack passed away 10 months ago. So yes, it was before.
Okay. Yeah.
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 So I was right about that.
Yeah.
Actually, she passed away February 24th.
Wow.
A week before Angie
Right
Stone.
before Angie. Wow. Yeah, it was a lot going on then, because that's when, right at the end of the Defender of Freedom, and then boom, right before Angie. So it was right in the middle of that. Wow. Yeah, y'all. So
March was an interesting month for us personally as well, because that was the great gaslighting effort.
mm-hmm. Which there still needs to be some investigation going on with that, and that's happening.
Wow, I didn't realize. Valletta Wallace passed away February 21st.
Oh man, right, like same week. Wow.
Valletta Wallace,
Wow.
Roberta Flack,
And then Angie Stone.
Stone.
Wow. Wow. See, that's why it's good to kind of just go over things in review, because in all honesty, it's just a refresh. And, we should be appreciative of life, to be honest.
No, it's kind of crazy when you think about it,
All
because
three of them going like, yeah.
boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
always comes in threes. But look at the black women that passed away.
I know. All powerful.
Notorious B.I.G.'s mom.
She still didn't receive justice.
She
She didn't
passed
receive
away
justice from LAPD, because in all honesty,
just like Afeni didn't receive justice for Tupac. Both of those women passed away before, justice was found for their slain sons. No, but when you just look at it and then think about it, when was it that C.J. Wallace got? They turned over everything to him, and then the second that they turned it over to him, all of a sudden, hundreds of millions of dollars come, but none of that happened while Mother Wallace was alive.
Wow. Interesting.
Big's estate didn't receive that money while she was here. It came after she passed away. And then they were able to use CJ.
Yeah.
As the face of it, because if she was still alive, her and whoever was looking after her, they would have had a say.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah. Very interesting. Very interesting. Um, April. What happened in April? Because I definitely know the situation that happened in May was very impactful. The beginning of the Mole oil trial. Um, April was, I guess, not as eventful. There's a lot that was going on though, but it's not as eventful. But May was the beginning of the Diddy trial. Okay, you muted up. I guess I'll continue. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my bad. No, I was just chewing something.
Okay.
My bad. I was, people don't like it when I smack.
Yeah. And people and some people just don't like it when I'm on the channel. Shout out to them. I think you said people say they want when you're by yourself. So I don't
Yeah,
I
you
don't get
know
a
what? The only people that like to see me by myself are people who want to have a way to gaslight me, um, try to find a way to create some kind of mental torture or do some just foolishness.
hmm
Whatever. Whatever.
Yeah.
Actually, I mean April for real, it was I mean the truth is the Trump administration was doing a lot in April. They were doing a lot. Matter of fact, if we're looking, that was when there started to be a big rumble about the Epstein files.
Yeah. Yeah.
April, there was a lot of Twitter action, or should I say X action, about
And
people demanding the Epstein, and it was supposed to had been presented, and then it didn't get presented, and then there was this and there was that, and that was all leading up into the congressional hearings that happened this summer.
and that's when Sinners dropped in April. So I'm gonna
Hmm.
forget about that. Cory Booker, because I remember I was producing a show for Tavis, and Cory Booker did like the longest filibuster speech in April. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But still, oh shit, I forgot that the Pope died in April.
Mm, sure enough,
April 21st. Wow.
it was a world event.
That was something. Yeah, I can't we can't look past that.
And it was interesting because JD Vance had met with him like right before he passed away, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Actually, somebody had tried to draw a correlation saying that they were lightweight blaming
Uh
JD Vance.
uh
They said something about he shook his hand and the way he shook his hand, and that there was, that that's kind of wild when you think about it. Do you remember that?
yeah, I do.
Because people were saying that everything was fine with the Pope, and then JD Vance went to go and visit the Pope, and then the next thing you know, boom, the Pope was dead right after meeting JD Vance, and then to hear Nicki Minaj refer to him as an assassin.
Oh, dang. Wow. Yeah.
That's kind of wild when you think about it.
See, that's why it's like let's go back and forth in time to talk about. That's interesting. That's hella interesting.
Ugh.
Wow.
Yeah, because people were most certainly saying that. They were saying that there was rumblings that JD Vance took out the Pope.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
And JD Vance, the assassin.
Yeah, lady. You gotta know how to read the room. That was yeah, you gotta read the room. That was real.
Ooh, is she talking too much?
She exposing a little too much. Yeah, she wasn't supposed to say that. And then Oh yeah, the end of April. That's when the Cowboy Carter's tour started. Not that we give a, but
Yeah, that's when
supposedly
it kicked off, and that was interesting. And
six
then
hundred.
the next thing you know, we jump into the first day of jury selection.
Yep.
Uh, the Great American Walkout on Pierce Morgan.
Hold on. Go ahead. Hold on 1 second.
When Kanye West walked out on him and left him there with that kid Sneeko. That was really interesting. There was so much crazy stuff going on at that time. Suge Knight was coming forward, making all kinds of wild claims. Like there was just a lot of wild stuff going on. Hold on a second. Alina says Nikki is getting social prevalence. People are asking me if she's like Kanye. I don't, I mean, let's just be clear. Nobody's like Kanye. Oh, yeah. The fights between Elon Musk and Trump, we totally forgot all about that. It's been a nutty year. It's honestly like it's been, I don't think we've had a month off. I think every month there's been some sort of crazy, 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 crazy thing. See, I would have to disagree with you on that, Alina, because the one thing that I can say about Kanye is that whether or not you believe he's crazy or he's not, the one thing that I can tell you is that he's extremely calculating. I don't think Nikki's calculating at all. I think people give her way too much credit. I think Nikki is the kind of person that when she gets her back pressed up against the wall, she, you know, claws up and tries to scratch her way out like an alley cat. That's what I think. Um, you know, to yeah, I'm sorry. I don't see that being a real thing. I can see why people would say, oh, because, Kanye was talking about Trump and Kanye was doing this, Kanye was doing that, and now Nikki's doing this and now Nikki's doing that. Is she doing things to emulate certain things? Quite possibly, but I don't think someone imitating someone makes them like someone. I think it
Nah,
just means they're imitating someone. There's a big difference, in my opinion. Not to
im-
take
im-
away anything anyone else has to say.
imitating to receive those same benefits. Let's just say it like that.
Yeah, but what benefits? Because the truth is what has the Republican Party done for Kanye at all in any way, shape, or form? Nothing.
In
They've
all
done nothing
honesty,
to defend
nothing.
him.
Yeah.
They've done nothing to stand behind him. MAGA has not come forward. I haven't seen not one time MAGA or the Republican Party ask for the Kardashians to be boycotted in any way. I've never seen, you know what I mean, with all of the stuff that we knew that was going on in the backdrop, with everything that we see going on with the kids, with the things that we see going on with Northwest, and nobody's saying anything. They're just standing by and letting it all happen. Like I don't see this is the thing. And this is what's dangerous about that, putting a moniker like whistleblower on Nicki Minaj.
Right.
I'm going to tell you why that's a very, very, very dangerous thing. And matter of fact, since we're doing the year in review, boom, what is the one thing that Nicki Minaj has ranted about on social media that has literally led to an exposure of an injustice that's happening in actuality? Name one thing. Come on, chat. Let's see it. What's the one thing that she has said directly that has led to anything? What does she say about Rock Nation? What has she said about Rock Nation that nobody else has said?
She really hadn't said anything.
What did she said? I said that that company was persecuting people. I said that that company was following people. I said that that company was holding people against their will illegally. And guess what? Turned out all true. What has Nicki Minaj says or said that they owe her money? They owe everybody money. What did she said? Name one thing. What about Rock Nation? You want to know what's sad about Wiki? I called her Wiki. You want to know what's sad about Nikki? She has the ability to say a lot of things, and she's not saying them. What she is doing is jumping behind the bandwagon of other things that other people have brought to the light, that other people have said out front, and she is supporting what they're saying. All of the things that she's saying about Rock Nation, she brought forward no receipts. She brought forward no nothing. What she did do was get behind the claims of Demore Hadley and Javon Hadley. That's what she did. What about Title? I already said that Title was robbing people. Title robbed me. My entire major recording song list was on Title without my permission. I've already said that. What has she actually said? See, and that's the problem. People think because somebody gets online and they say things really loud, they say the only thing that she's done is make fun of people, do crazy little memes, talk like nothing. You telling me all her time with Meek Mills, she knows nothing more than what she said?
She knows a lot.
I think the thing that most people don't understand is the reason why Nicki Minaj can't actually be a real whistleblower is because it would probably implicate her as well. Because she was present for a lot of this crap. I think people keep forgetting that she was being personally managed at one time by Diddy. You think she saw nothing? You think she knows nothing? Diddy was her manager, her personal manager. She knows nothing. It just don't add up. And that's why I said what I said later on in this year when I spoke up, because I just couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take being quiet because I'm sitting there watching her play games, blackballing artists. I've been saying that. She's not saying anything new that I haven't already said. And others. Other people have said it too. See, the only reason it mattered more to everyone else is because she has a multi-million followership and subscribership platform. I tell you one thing though, for all of the yip yapping that she was doing, she was damn quiet during that Diddy trial. No, instead she just wanted to go swinging off on the Carters. And what I actually find really interesting, really interesting, is that now she's been served with a cease and desist.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not talking about no fake cease and desist like they did with us and No, yeah, they got a cease and desist on her, and they did this and they did that. They did none such a thing. That never happened with me. But they hit her with a cease and desist. So now, who's she gonna advocate for? What does that do for her supporting the Hadleys? What does that do for her supporting Rymir? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember, she was supposed to be standing up for them. She was supposed to be speaking up for them, and because they've been done wrong and they've been this, and she was going to use her large platform to help them get justice. What about now? What about now? Now, see, this is real big boss bullshit. If she's got anaconda King Kong balls like she wants everybody to believe, she'll keep speaking out. I
Mm.
dare her. I dare her to say F that cease and desist and keep running her mouth.
Yeah, that was a chess move, and that was a chin check. In all honesty, because you obviously know, they're checking her temperature. Like, can she really say something? And she can really say something. That's why I was like, it's good that you were saying exactly that. Like,
She
she wasn't
ain't
saying
saying
anything that,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
And guess
She
what?
didn't say a damn thing.
Guess what the other side of that pancake is with that cease and desist? Now, if all that she did was performative, if it was all done as controlled opposition, guess what? Now she's off the hook, isn't she?
Yeah.
Like, I find it very interesting that during the midst of the Diddy trial, during the midst of all of this, where they're looking to create distraction every which way they possibly can, during the midst of for all of the talking that she did this year, she really didn't have much to say about the case with Jennifer Huff and her husband, Kenneth Petty.
Yeah, that's still a thing. It's still a thing.
It's still ongoing, which is why I find all of this so mysteriously interesting, because you were making a lot of noise over this way, which is doing what? It's creating a diversion from what's actually happening in her life, which is a very, very, very sad state of affairs. Then you get on Twitter as people are starting to run their mouth about the fact that you're in court with your husband's actual survivor, with the person that he victimized. The reason why he's on the SA offender registry list for life, because he's on it at a level 3. In the midst of all of that, now you get on Twitter and you start talking crazy on people's children. If you want to go back and forth with Cardi B, go back and forth with Cardi B. But the disrespectful manner in which they talked about each other's kids
Mm.
was absolutely crazy. So for her to sit there at Turning Point with Erica Kirk talking about how black girls need to stop being mean to other girls, and acknowledge that all girls are pretty and all girls are beautiful, but you sat up there and said that Cardi B's baby was a roach and a vulture.
Mm.
Like, it's just wow. It's wow. People tend to forget a lot of things. People forget a lot of things. But if you're going to call somebody a whistleblower, make sure that what they were actually blowing was a whistle.
Hmm.
Because honestly, the way it's looking to me, it's starting to look like all of that so-called speaking out and all that stuff that she was doing was just a performance for whatever reason. And now she got a cease and desist, so now she ain't got to say nothing no more at all.
Yeah.
How convenient.
Yeah. Seems like that's just the excuse. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you what I
Just
do know.
the
I'll tell you
excuse.
what I do know. If she is as fearless as she would like for people to believe, if she is as big bad King Kong as she would like for everybody to believe, if she's now being backed by Turning Point USA, which has the ability upon a man's death to raise almost $150 million in less than 4 months. If she's got that kind of backing, then we should be seeing her do a post where she's literally wiping her ass with the cease and desist and continue to keep running her mouth and actually say some things that really mean something.
Yeah. It's like honestly, if she's really a whistleblower, quote unquote, that's exactly what she would do right now is just put it all out there, put their ass on blast, right? Like I don't care about my money. I don't like they've already shown like this whole situation that happened with her and the $500,000 owed to the security guard, and they're saying they may have her sell that house in Beverly Hills or Calabasas.
Mhm.
Then it's like, yeah, they already showing you what's up. Why don't you just go ahead and be like, look, Sean Carter, I can end this right now. Desiree Perez, I can end this right now. Boom, and just do it because they're gonna keep going. They're not gonna stop. Like they gonna keep going at her.
Oh, yeah, they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop at all. And guess what? If they do, that will be very telling.
Yeah,
If they stop, the only thing that don't mean is that they was all in on this little publicity show from the very beginning.
hmm controlled opposition. Okay, so now we got the Diddy trial. We're in May.
And the Hadleys, that happened
In June.
May and June, May leading into June. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, yeah, you're right. It happened May because the first thing that came out was about and that was a PR thing too, throwing that case out there to say that he was an abuser, and they had this AI video, and you had some content creators running with it, like, well, I don't know. Yeah, that was all. Yeah, now that we know how this new media works, yeah,
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, and this was the era of new media. New media emerged to the scene, and hmm, we
yeah.
had a lot of stuff going on. The Great American Strikeout, where people's channels were getting taken,
Oh yeah. Yep, my channel was gone.
and for a second, it was
Yeah.
back.
Then I
It's back.
was I was threatened. They said, "Oh well, you're I'm reporting you for ban evasion." Remember that weirdo came into the chat and said that? I must have died laughing.
You
I'm
want
reporting you for ban evasion.
to know what's really strange? How can you report somebody when the platform gave you the channel back because it was unlawful to take in the first place?
Oh yeah, I know. But I'm just saying when I had the backup channel when I just launched that
I know, I know, I know. It was weird. It was weird.
weirdos.
They were weird. Wait a minute. So apparently, Tasha K and Storm Monroe um exposed me as a liar before Pierce Morgan. That was funny.
Oh, that's the narrative they're running now. Okay,
Mhm. With the
hilarious,
AI video that was
hilarious.
invented that they left sitting on ice for 7 months before it came to
Well,
fruition.
I think there needs to be some legal stuff revolving that. There definitely needs to be some legal things because, truth be told, there's a thing about damaging reputation, and there's some things called discovery. You could just go ahead and just have that piece of video entered into evidence to show what really happened because people think that you said what, but to be honest, I broke it down too a couple of videos back when I said, you know, you got all these AI speech to text or speech altering programs, these LLMs that dropped, let's say like July, August, September.
Mm-hmm.
You did the interview in May, gave them
Mm-hmm.
plenty of time to take it down and do what they did. So that honestly needs to be explored. If you got exposed that way, then okay, let's just go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and do a whole case about this situation. And I'm down for that. We can y'all I think yeah, yeah. It's been a lot of liberties being just taken with your name, and you really just need to put your foot in some of these people's ass to show examples.
Well, I also know they're not used to people fighting as hard as I fight. And, when you came into the situation as my producer and we started working together, it made a lot of people uncomfortable. It made a lot of people uncomfortable because they saw that there was somebody that was willing to fight with me. They're used to people, flipping, turning, doing all kinds of things. And they're not used to real, genuine people standing up for what's right. So,
Yeah.
salute to you for that. And, as tiring as all of this has been for me, when I see your willingness to stand up and fight, it makes it hard for me to want to stop. We're going into a stage where this is, 6 years of my life has been, taken up by all of this craziness. There's so many other things that I could have been doing with my life, but I also have to remember that everything that happens in God's time. And He wanted this to happen. I might not have wanted it, but sometimes God does really, really, really interesting things. And that's why, when we get to talking or I start sharing, Bible scripture and things of that nature, and just talking about the will of God and how God operates things, how He moves things. I have to remember that just because I don't want it doesn't mean that it doesn't serve God's purpose. There's plenty of figures throughout the years, throughout the eons that God has used to, show an example of, you know, perseverance, faithfulness, courage, endurance. You know, I have to learn how to remember to be grateful for being selected by God for
Hmm.
that purpose. Because the truth is most people don't survive what I've been going through. Most people would have fallen off into a really, really, really bad way. So As this year comes to a close and we move into 2026, all I can say is thank you, God. Thank you, Lord, for all you've done for me. So, anyway, more into the year in wrap up. I mean, there's a lot of things that happened this year. There's just so much.
I mean, embarrassing, and we're gonna talk about a few people. I don't want to talk like disparaging or whatever, but before the Diddy dog, Dame Dash came out and was like,
Mm.
"Bro, he ain't finna do no this." Remember, he said he was gonna drop this. Where is it at? And then the Diddy dog dropped, and then it's been reported today that Dame Dash, he owes $1 million. He has $1 million worth of debt, and he sold off his film company at an auction. And someone who's been suing Dame Dash for years bought it for $100. That's just messed up. Like I say that to say because Dame has been vocally saying some stuff against Jay at one point, but this is
To a
how these
certain
people play to a degree.
to a
But
certain
this
extent.
but this is how these people play. I'll say it like this: like when I first got with Lonzo back day, 2016. And shout out to Lonzo. Y'all definitely should go check out the OG's channel. Not NWA, not without Alonzo. He's on YouTube.
This has
Uh,
not been a good year for Dame Dash.
yeah, I'm gonna say this: Lonzo and Dre were going at it when I first, you
Hmm.
know, and then they patched it up. Lonzo was saying all kind of stuff about Dre online, and then they patched it up like men do. And to see the thing is Dre saw the importance of having real people around him. Lonzo was still a real dude. Like Lonzo didn't kiss his ass because Dre got money. Lonzo still was just telling them the real, and he's like, yeah, and if you got a history with somebody, and if it wasn't all like, if somebody didn't try to unalive me, okay, all right,
Can
but
we be very clear on something? That's kind of like an unfair example.
well, I'm saying it because
It's an
Dame
unfair.
and Jay should really like look out for Dame, but I
Why?
understood. I look, if you took my girl, I wouldn't trip. There's them Tinder D's out there that I know the mind of a Tinder D. If
What
y'all,
are you
I'm not
talking
gonna say
about?
what are you talking about?
Are you
Dame
talking about
Dash
Aaliyah?
and Aaliyah, yeah.
Listen to me. It's
I'm
deeper
not
than
saying I know. I'm just saying I'm
so
talking
much
surface
deeper than
level.
that.
I'm talking surface level, but I'm just saying like, if I was in a position like Jay, but Jay is not in a position like that's the point that I'm really trying to make. But I just brought up Lonzo and Dre because I was like, that's a really good, like, OG to, the person who really gave you your start,
I hear
you
what you're
know,
saying, but you're not talking about that's why I said it's really an unfair comparison
it's not a good
because
it's not a good example. I got you.
Alonzo was, you know, his literal OG. He put him on. Dre became everything that he became underneath that umbrella. It wasn't the same. Dane was doing what he was doing in the street. He was the money man. He was the one that was making the moves and doing the stuff that he was doing.
Yeah.
You got Jigga Man, who's an aspiring artist, and they all decided to come together because Jay-Z couldn't get signed anywhere because nobody was interested in signing him. No one saw any value in him. So what did he do? He sweet talked a friend into backing him, promising to be loyal. Like it's a completely different situation. And the truth is, in my opinion, and I'm sure this is probably going to catch a lot of hell and catch a lot of heat, but I think the reason why Dame don't say more and don't do more is because he did too much trying to make that dream come true.
Mm.
And he probably didn't realize that his so-called compadre, his homie, was keeping a file on his ass.
Mm.
Have you noticed that Dame Dash don't ever talk about Desiree Perez for real, for real?
Oh, hell no. Nah.
He don't talk about her husband either, OG1.
Not
He
at
real
all.
respectful. He might make mention, but in all honesty, D Haven has had more to say about Desiree Perez than Dame Dash. Now, word on the street from back in the day, I wasn't there. It's only what I heard. Purely speculative. Dame Dash made some power moves that made it possible for certain people to collect chits on him. You know, he's kind of in the same position that Nicki Minaj is in.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's just some things that he can't say
Yeah. Yeah.
because it'll hurt him.
Yeah.
And it's wild because I've always had empathy for him. But after this year, I'm just looking at him like, dang,
Yeah.
eventually they break everyone, don't they?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this is the year that broke Damon Dash. Like it's just it's they broke Damon Dash this year. And clown on him the way he clowned on him, and then Charlemagne end up on the cover of Forbes at the end of the year, and this is what happens to Dame Dash at the end of the year. Like this is like the worst. It's the worst. Miss Helena, don't even get started with the teeth. Like cause
Yeah.
that was just like that was just terrible. Like it was almost as if this year was his humiliation ritual.
Yeah. Exactly.
And watching him just trying to hold it together and hold it tight and not let them get the best of him. It's just, and that's why, you know, I always say, like, if you're still operating within this system, if you're still trying to make it happen within this system, like there's something off. And salute, we have a couple of super chats that just came through.
Yeah. I see. This is Mary. I appreciate that. That's always a good look. Yes. Appreciate you.
And there was one before that.
Yeah. There was Alina right here. Oh, and another one. You got Miss Helena. We appreciate y'all. Look, let me go ahead and let's drop the link. I'm gonna put the link in here. Anybody want to come up? Anybody want to
Yeah, come on up and I don't know, maybe remind us about some things because we're almost finished here, just like, you know, sorting through.
just kind of going over a few things and not really, I got a bunch of trendy stuff on the thumbnail, but that's just that's just what it is. But we're just
You didn't
going
even
over
talk about
here.
that little boo boo bullshit.
No, we ain't supposed to. It's because it's a trend. It's some trendy bull-ish. Azalea Banks, thank you. The D4VD. Oh yeah, D4VD. That happened.
September.
No,
That
that
hit
was before September. Wasn't that August?
No. September 8th was
It
the
was
first
September.
that
Yeah, it
September
was.
8th was
Yeah,
the first day that it was acknowledged, the day that God rest a beautiful little soul.
yeah.
Celeste Hernandez Rivas Hernandez was, parts of her was found in the front of the car, and now there's an indictment. Now there's an indictment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now it's looking like they're finally going to arrest David, and it's wild because it's like y'all could have been arrested him. But once again, in my opinion, I think, we are definitely going to talk about Mr. Stefan Diggs in a hot second,
Yeah.
because the truth is these rap females, and the stuff that's going on with these rap females, it's a problem. It's a big problem. But the D4DV case, and they found a chainsaw,
In a
which is
burn
wild,
cage.
in the burn cage. But no, but that's wild because the private investigator who was working for the owner of the house on Doheny, aka Virio Lane, he said he found those things and the police left them behind.
Yeah.
Why? So now they're finally acknowledging that they have them. You got a burn cage. Oh God, you got a chainsaw. Like it's I and to think that all of that was coming to the surface at the end of, the wait period leading up to the sentencing of Diddy, and it's so much craziness. It's just so much craziness that happened. Like this, is it just me, or was this year like meant to be just like an assault on humanity? Because for real, if you look at all the stuff that happened this year, it really does make you not want to believe in humanity anymore. So now, I don't know. I guess there's going to be another celebrity trial, and just nobody's talking about the trial of Luigi Mangione. Nobody's talking about. Let's not forget, New Media went on trial. Megan Thee Stallion and Rock Nation against Milagro Grams and whatever that was. Like it's been a crappy year. Tory Lanez.
Yeah.
Everything that happened there. And now you have Stefan Diggs and Cardi B being exposed for being in a PR relationship. I wonder when they're gonna expose Tiana Taylor and Aaron Pierre for being in a PR relationship. Because allegedly, didn't they just break? Oh yeah, the whole Britney Spears, the rehaunting of Britney Spears, like it. Oh yeah, we forgot about the ICE raids. You were there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I didn't forget about them, but yeah, it's just like I said, there's so much to talk about. But yeah, that was actually fun. Being down during the protests and almost getting tear gassed. Yeah.
Talking about that was actually fun. I'm done.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Yeah, Agnafilo, he's been busy this year. He went from Diddy straight over to Mangione. That's what he's doing now.
Mm-hmm.
How convenient. I can't. Yes, the devil's advocate has been very busy this year.
Yeah. Anybody want to come up? Are there any New Year's resolutions that people want to, say, or you can put them in the chat. We got any New Year's resolutions?
What do you think about this Cardi B foolishness? So seriously,
I mean, it is what it is. Like you like you said, she didn't show the baby. It's likely probably Offset's baby. Um,
can we talk about that for a second? Can we speculate?
sure.
What if?
It sure ain't my baby.
What if that's really Offset's baby?
Hey, I wouldn't. You know what? I wouldn't put it. I'm sure it is. Don't come suing me, but I'm sure it is.
What if that's really Offset's baby?
Yeah.
I mean, Offset was saying that he was claiming that baby. He did say that. He said by Georgia law, he has every right to claim that baby. What if that's his baby?
Well, if it is,
And she did all of this just to create enough drama to sell that piece of shit album.
right. Hey, you might be right. See, that's what I'm saying. You make a lot of sense because, yeah, you might be right. This is all for publicity.
Like seriously, think about it. That safe song, like everything was done staged around this whole shenanigan, and meanwhile, appearance here and appearance there. Meanwhile, Offset is like, "Bitch, I want my money.
Right.
I want this house so you can pay these taxes."
Wait. I'm Jag. They said Offset and Cardi B got back together.
When?
Look right here.
Are you serious?
That was Offbeat and Hardy B. I thought they said that was Offset and Cardi B, but that was Offbeat and Hardy B. My bad, y'all. You heard what this nigga said? Free Palestine, free Take K.
You be finding the most interesting things. I tell you, the shit that you find. I can't. Anyway, long and short. Ooh, long in the tooth and short in the foot. Anyway, listen to me. We don't even need to talk about Little Nas X in his drawers, in his little panties. Running around talking about he make love with his boots on. I can't.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, let's just, before we wrap up the year in review, let's talk about it. Let's talk about these celebrity relationships.
Well, but really, was them cat people? They broke up. You know what I'm talking about?
Cat people.
Tiana Taylor and the cat dude, the cat actor, the guy that looked like a damn cat. What's his name?
Aaron Pierre,
Yeah,
the lion boy.
Yeah, Lion King. They broke up. So they really broke up, I guess. But I
You
think
want to know what's funny?
What's that?
Just a couple months ago, Trashy K was sitting online talking about she talked to Tiana Taylor, and she said that Aaron Pierre and her, they was getting married. They was practically living together, even though he was in London and she was in New York.
Well,
Only an ocean to separate them.
That shows you how much she know.
You want to know what's sad? She used that relationship too to try to sell that trash ass visual project that she put together. I'd still want my time back. I can't get my life back.
What
Those
visual?
moments of my
What
life.
visual?
She did a visual album. You don't remember? Tiana
Oh
Taylor put out
yeah,
an
she
album
did.
this year
I
in
thought you.
the end of August. See, and
Yeah.
that was fucked up because don't nobody even remember that she put that shit out.
Wow. Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
nobody even remember that she put it out. She had what was it, about six songs or so, 6 7 songs, and she did a video for every one of the songs, and she was promoting transhumanism, and she was half a robot and half a bitch, and
Yeah.
had some wild boy, the young boy, playing her ex-husband Iman Shumpert, and then she had Captain Saver, a slut, come in, Mr. Lion Man, and he came in, and she was screaming about she need new dick energy all through her house. She need new dick energy all through her house, and then ends it with a song about loving her life and being a mom, and then she got her kids there, in the video, and she's sitting there and running through a hill, and they had all kind of CGI, and I'm just like, how do you go from sucking on this nigga in the video to kissing up on the babies in the next scene? I don't understand.
It's crazy.
I just I'm just trying to figure it out. And she did all of that. And so now I guess that the shit ain't sell. They don't have to pretend to be together no more. So
Right.
they all.
So she used him as a prop.
I tell you one thing, Cardi B, every time she has this little football baby that she had, this little football, she's sitting there. She got him pressed so tight to her chest. She makes sure don't nobody see his face. Now I just want to ask everybody here in the chat, while we here, put a 1 in the chat if you've ever seen Cardi B's new baby face. Because you want to know what? I went and I looked at all of the other pictures of her other children.
Mm-hmm.
Every time she had a baby, she got them baby's face pressed up in the camera.
Yeah.
She had Blossom's face all over the camera. She had the
Got a
wave.
baby named Blossom.
Yeah, the last baby is Blossom.
Wow. Interesting. Blossom.
Yeah, Blossom. The baby before. Oh, somebody's asking for the link. The baby before the wavy boy. Isn't his name Wave?
Wave.
Yeah, I think that's what her and Offset son is. And then they got the Culture. I mean, all of them. She done
Yeah,
had
right.
all of it. No, I ain't seen that baby. I'm telling you, I don't think anybody has seen that baby. She keep taking pictures. Yep, Blossom all over, Wave and Culture. Got the same faces. I want to see what this baby look like.
It's the same baby, same face.
I want to see what this baby look like. She needs to show this baby. She show all the other baby. Why can't she show this baby? And even that little nasty ass tweet or the when he said stop squeezing him so tight, you gonna make him soft. Her talking about that's
Mhm.
what Diggs talking about because he wasn't with them on the Christmas. Just like Papoose wasn't with Clarissa on the Christmas, and then she went to the Louis Vuitton store and bought a bunch of shit and lied to everybody and told everybody a Papoose bought some shit. Meanwhile, Remy got a shit-eating grin wearing this brand new full-length fur coat.
So what's up with that? What you think that that relationship is on some like it's some love and
Remy-
hip hop, real life
Remy
love and hip hop drama?
Remy Ma has withdrawn her divorce papers. I didn't
Oh,
believe anybody. I went and checked up on it. It's true.
ooh, damn.
And I kept telling everybody, this Clarissa girl ain't that bright. She punch drunk.
So prediction for 2026, No more. What's his face? Papoose and Clarissa. You think he gonna go back home?
I don't know what he's going to do, but what I do know is however long his management contract is, that's how long she got to deal with him.
Damn.
And if she want to get rid of him, she gonna have to buy him out of her contract.
Mm.
I mean, I'm telling you right now, it's stone cold hustle.
Yeah.
And they
Damn.
some straight New York niggas. Like I could
Right.
see Remy saying, listen to me. Go holler at Shorty, give her the time of her life and bring that money home. Cause love and hip hop ain't hip hopping no more. Ain't nobody putting out no records. And I don't care how many people try to promote Papoose. Ain't nobody gonna make that nigga cool as an artist. It's not gonna happen. If it didn't happen before, it ain't finna happen now. I don't care who he knocking out. I don't care where he lay his hands. I don't. But that would be wild.
Yeah.
Everybody went home for Christmas.
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah. And meanwhile, people got a lot of stuff to talk about people's relationships. But the very relationships that they're all sitting there praising and worshiping and looking after ain't even nowhere near real. Like, it's kind of wild. Like, there's this content creator that I bumped into, and it was kind of nuts because she was sitting there saying that she's putting together an observation board and asking her subscribers to, drop in the comments and predict which relationship was going to fall apart, and they're going to be watching these couples' behavior, and they're going to be watching this, and I'm like, y'all are really invested in these people's lives.
Yeah, because they ain't got no lives of their own. They don't have no relationships of their own. That's why.
I'm just like, I mean, if you notice something, you notice something, but I mean, an observation board, you gonna check and see how many times they smile at dinner to see whether or not they gonna make it? Like, that's a lot. But then again, like I told you, I'm looking at America. America is heavily invested in reality TV. Like, heavily invested in reality TV.
Yeah.
So, well, it looks like it's just us. So I guess we can get ready to call it to a close.
Yeah, I put the link out. Somebody asked for the link, but they never hit it. So hey, we about to shut it this down. And
so, in closing,
yeah,
in your opinion, what's your summation for 2025?
What they say, how they call it mid. This is a mid-year, and every which way that you could call it, because we're in the middle of the decade. We're about to go on into the next, parts of the 2020s, the second half. But overall, this was just, whatever. Time to really sit back and just observe. And if some of y'all got old and some of y'all got wise. I know I got wise. I got old too, though, but I don't look it. That's how I look at it, like, though. Like just like how you said, an observation year. How about that? This is what this was.
Okay. Best and worst moment 2025.
Best. I don't know. Best and most. I really don't know. I can't even say. The Kendrick performance was dope. That's good. Worse, I don't know. Try not to focus too much on the negative. How about you?
Well, I think the worst moment of 2025 for me this year would be the Angie Stone moment. I think that was the worst part of the year. Just because it was so personally triggering. in so many ways. Um, I would say that the best for me, hmm, the best moment of the year. I don't know. That's a tough one.
Hmm.
That's a tough one because honestly, when I look at this year, I really don't see no wins for
Yeah.
nobody.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see no wins for this country. I don't see no wins for my people. I don't see no wins for the community. I don't see no wins for the culture. I don't see no wins for, like, I don't see no wins. I see a lot of perseverance though. I see a lot of things that, people have gotten through, and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe it wasn't like a mid year. Oh, somebody just showed up.
Go ahead, let her up. It's Mary. You ain't gonna let her up? Okay, I'll let her up. Go ahead. Oh, my bad. Okay. And
Mary.
Myrna.
Hi guys! Oh my gosh!
Hey.
You guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Happy
I'm
New
freezing
Year.
here. Happy New Year to you too. Let me just tell you something real quick, guys. It's gonna be really quick.
Sure.
This year had its ups. Well, since the pandemic, my life was like a roller coaster. So,
Yeah.
Jag, I can understand. I empathize with you 1,000%. But I just wanted to let you know this year from the top, well, it was the bottom of 2024 that I decided like what was going on in my life was not going to go anymore for the following year. So there was things going on personally, but more so professionally.
Mhm.
And I said, 2025, I'm putting a kibosh on this. Like, this is done. Like, I can't do it no more. And it was with the grace. God does work in mysterious ways. If my mom didn't fall violently ill, like she had sepsis, she was on her deathbed, but she made it, thank God, grace of God.
Oh,
If it
yes.
wasn't for her, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. And I just want to thank you and Odell so much because I've had the time to, like Odell said, he's wiser. I feel that I'm wiser now too.
Yeah.
You guys have, if it wasn't for both of you, sincerely and honestly, you guys have contributed to the enlightenment that I experienced in my life, midlife, because I made midlife changes, like major ones.
Yeah.
I had the time to actually enlighten myself, educate myself, take the chain off. And I'm not dumb. You know what I'm saying? But
I know.
just I had the time. I took a sabbatical for 7 months. It was rough, but I had to do it because I may not have been here speaking with you guys right now. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't do what I did, I just had to. My life was out of control. It was out of control. And I honestly, Jag, I got reacquainted with you because I remember you from back in the day. But I I'm getting more into your music now. But the name was so familiar, and I'm like, wait a minute. And then it just clicked, and I was like, wow, look at how. Like, I feel like there's God does work in mysterious ways and puts people into your life for like, who would have known you would have been part of my enlightenment? You know what I mean? Jack was unplugged, and that's not even unplugged does not even define who you are because I've been reading up on you, and you're like such a worldly, talented. And I'm not just telling you that. I'm a very like straight up. Listen, I'm an Aries custom tours. I'm very straightforward. So honestly, like so talented. And when you were saying the other day, and I do listen. When you were saying the other day, these CCs don't have anything on me, like my God-given talent. It's so true. And I'm not gaining anything by telling you this. This is just the bottom of my heart. I am so glad that you both have found each other, and much love, health, wealth, prosperity, and happiness in 2026 for you guys and all the fellow Dragonators and all the fellow Sentinel Westerners. I'm sorry if you had another name, but I just made one up.
No, that's so funny. That's so funny you calling me that status, but it still works.
I know. Odell would probably get a kick out of Sentinel Westerners.
What?
That'll give us That'll give him something to play off of.
And I know, and you, Jag, I'm convinced you definitely got Italian in you. So if you've never been to Italy, you need to go to your motherland where. If you
I
haven't
have been
been.
to Italy before. It's been a
Okay.
long time since I've been there, but anybody who knows me knows that I've had long-standing relationships with a lot of Italians.
I
My
know, like Angelo.
Yeah, my deceased manager Angelo
I
missed him so
know.
much. So yeah.
And like when you pronunciate and enunciate, and like you are the girl. I mean, I don't know. You're my friend in my head, and my daughter's like, "Mom, are you watching Jag again? Are you listening to Jag and Odell again?" I was like, "Yes." She's like, "Mom, you are." She's like, she's like, "Mom, I'm so happy you found them, Mom. I really am." So
Well, you
I
tell her
am
that
so
we're
happy.
glad you found us too. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Mary.
Thank you. I don't want to keep you guys on long. I want to share the love, spread the love. So
Oh, thank you so much, Mary, and Happy
Appreciate
New Year to you. I hope you have a really wonderful, wonderful just time coming into this new space. And congratulations to you on the choice that you've made. And it's not easy, but you know what though? I feel it. I can hear it in your voice. Something amazing is about to happen in you and for you. And just congratulations.
Yeah.
I feel the same for you both, especially for you, Jag. I feel like I had that 5-year roller coaster, in my own right. Nothing compared to. I'm not comparing, my story to your story, but I get the dynamic. I get of like,
Yes.
you don't know what is coming to you. So when you speak, like, I'm an empath too, so I feel other people's everything. That's my problem too, And it's a blessing and a curse. So
Yeah.
like,
Well,
yeah,
you know what? I don't want to call it a curse. A blessing and a burden.
a blessing. But you're right. I shouldn't say curse. You're right.
No, because
Burden is a better word.
because I say that too, a blessing and a curse. And I had to remember, we don't claim curses in our life. We don't claim them in any way, shape. A blessing and a burden. I like that. B and B.
B&B. You're right. I like that too.
Mm.
I like that too. Yeah. So, all right, guys. I don't know how to like get off. Or I don't even know
No,
what
it's
I'm doing.
okay.
But anyway,
We'll
I'm in
let
Dirty
you know.
Jersey. Jack, I'm in Dirty Jersey, Hudson County.
Oh, ain't
I'm by
nothing
the
wrong
bridge
with
in the
that.
tunnel. Just want to let you know I'm freezing my what off. And
Listen, it's been a long time since I've experienced that, and I want to thank you for weathering that storm for us.
yes. And thank you guys for being there for me and my family and for the rest of our community online here with you.
Absolutely,
We
absolutely.
appreciate you.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh,
Salute.
okay. And we got Myrna here.
Hey, Myrna, what's going on?
Hello?
Yep.
Yes.
I can't hear you guys. All right,
You can't hear us?
I'm out and come back in.
Okay. Well, we hear you, but go ahead. You can do that, I guess. I don't know. All right, Barbara J. Appreciate you. She says she's going out and come back in. Let me remove her and then we'll come back. Yeah, appreciate you, Barbara J.
I'm gonna try it again.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Myrna, are you there?
Yeah, well,
Okay. Well, I don't know. It's your call. How do we play this?
we'll try one more again. If it doesn't work, then you're gonna have to catch us next year. All right. Okay. We'll let you log. We'll see if we can let her log in. All right.
There she goes.
There you go. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hear
Hey,
us?
Myrna.
Hi. I was having technical difficulties.
If you want to calm down, you know you can.
Okay.
Hey, how are you?
I'm
Happy New
trying.
Year, sis.
I'm trying, but okay. Okay, now I got it. Okay. It's a little slow. I'm in Honduras right now, so the connection is kind of crazy.
Oh,
But I
you're in
had to.
Honduras.
I had
Okay.
to get away. I've been through so much stress this year. I prayed God like in June to give me
Yeah.
this. So right now it's raining. I'm listening to the raindrops. I'm in my bed. Later on, I'm gonna go to my mother-in-law. I'm gonna eat and, firecrackers, the kids. It's gonna be crazy. But I had to
Fantastic.
come on. I had to come on because I have a message
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
from God.
Oh,
As
I like
everybody
those.
knows, as everybody knows, this is a praying channel, a
Mm-hmm.
God's channel, God fearing channel, and I feel so good that we made it through this year because a lot of people ain't here no more. You know, family, friends, celebrities. We've seen a lot of deaths this year, so we've seen the lies from the government, the doctors, the everything, the food, everything is just bad. Everything is just dark, and the message is get closer to God because He's the only hope. You cannot believe nobody out here, only the people that are with God and walk with God and act with God. So we have to really wake up and pray. This is a praying channel, like I said. I still pray for the Hadleys, for Mr. Cordello, for everybody that came on and are going through some stipulations or problems or just manipulation by people, by others with powers. And you know I may be a regular person, or we all may be regular persons in this Jack Nation country, but you know a lot of people don't know. We have to stay in prayer and hang on to God. It's a lot of things that happened this year, and 2026 is gonna be way worse. Okay, we don't know. We got signs now. In New York, everybody masking up now because they have the other virus going around. We
Mm.
just gotta have hope in God, and I wish everybody from Jack Nation to the haters that are come in and try to it's just to just do evil work. Everybody gotta choose whether you with God or you with the devil, because this is the time where we gotta make a choice. You can't do both. We can't. What does the Bible say? Have
Cannot serve two masters.
you
Yeah.
you cannot. You cannot. And we have to make better decisions. I can go and rob somebody. I have a choice, you know,
Yeah.
and I have a choice to sleep with a married man. I have a choice. I have a choice to, just do evilness or things that ain't right. We know what's right from wrong.
Yeah.
We have to face the fact and say, hey, that's wrong. If you or me are doing things that are wrong, we're just enabling the evil. We have to make a choice. It is time. 2026, we got our loved ones, we have our children, we have our family. We have to do the right thing for them and for us, because we gotta go to heaven. We gotta go with God. Like we can, we don't want to be in the dark side. I feel so bad for the celebrities because I think they scared. They scattering like roaches because they can't trust each other. They can't trust
Oh,
mm, themselves because it's so much things. So
they're
I just
trying to
want to
make
say,
people believe in them, and they don't even believe in themselves. In all honesty,
no,
so I
no.
hear you. We hear
I
you.
wish nothing but the best for everybody. I pray for my friends, my family, even my haters, my
Hmm.
so we just gotta stay positive and I'm
Indeed.
still yeah, I'm still catching up. I mean I caught up to the Legina situation, but
Okay.
when you did the live to break it down, I'm halfway. I keep watching it, but every time I'm getting interrupted. So I really want to understand about this young lady. I already know what she was working with and who she was working for, but I'm still interested of what the hell was wrong with this girl? Like when you got up from the chair, she had
Mm.
like, oh shit, I'm on my own. Like what the hell do I do? And she
Mhm.
started crying. because she ain't had nothing to say. But I love the way you handle that. You in the production, beautiful. I'm just like, wow, you had this tucked away because you said it. You kept talking about it, but I never seen the actual interview.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and now I understand it's because they had you have put it in another channel, and
Mm-hmm.
they took the channel down. But wow, that was great work, great work. It's
Well,
so
thank
sad
you.
that you have to, so sad that you have to fake the funk to get to the truth. You know what I'm saying? When the truth is so easy and so nice. You know,
Not when you're
feels
dealing with liars and manipulators who are trying to
so
fool you into a bad wake. You know,
so sad.
Yeshua once said that he wished that his people were as committed as the devil's people are. He said, man, if you could take how they operate and do it for good, he said God's
Yep,
people would be winning.
yep.
And we have to remember that, we're in a very duplicitous world and we have to be careful. Even Yeshua always taught that don't be a fool.
Hmm.
Don't be a fool. Use your head.
It's true.
Know what's going on. And that's how it had, unfortunately that's how it had to be. Because at the end of the day, they were targeting me and I needed to know why.
Yep.
Because a lot of
I
people target me for a lot of different things.
I
You
was
know,
here, girl.
um, it is what it is. But thank you so much for your acknowledgement. Thank you for your prayer. And I consider that a prayer for the entire community. Everyone,
Amen.
please take me in his words and you enjoy your Honduran holiday and be safe. And
Thank you.
much love to you. And of course, we'll see you next year.
Amen. Like you say, I'll be watching.
Mhm. I will.
Wolf Amadeus, respect to you.
I appreciate you, Myrna.
Thank you guys.
All right.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
on that note,
Yeah, we
I guess
appreciate.
him with a simple prayer.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that yeah, go ahead.
No,
Cause
you go ahead. I said a simple
um
prayer. You
yeah,
better
no,
prayers
no,
than I am.
yeah, I'm just you're right, of course, yeah. Because all I was gonna say is, just everybody, pray that the Most High covers and protect everyone, and we're gonna, pray that the haters, the disagreeable ones, the uh,
Hello?
irritable ones. You hear me?
It just cut out for a second for me, but I hope
Oh,
everyone else heard you. Go ahead.
Laron said he need hella prayers. Yeah, man. Well, everybody pray for Laron, man. Laron, you're a good dude, but yeah, man, just pray that the disagreeable people, situations, things, um, are away from you. They're not near you. The drunk drivers, the road ragers, the haters, the trolls. We pray to God that you eliminate them out of our cipher. That's pretty much it. And Yeshua's name, Ashe. So yeah.
All
All right.
right.
We out of here. That's pretty much it.
Happy
Um,
New Year.
we're done, y'all. And
Wolf gang, where you at, man? Wolfie. Yeah.